Why do some arguments haunt you for days while everyone else just moves on? You leave a tense conversation, a fight with a friend, a disagreement at work, or even a small spat with your partner in hours. Sometimes days later, your mind is still running the tape. You replay what you said, what they said, what you wish you'd said, and what you'll say if it happens again. In the shower. On your commute, trying to sleep, you're still arguing, sometimes winning, sometimes losing, always searching for the right line that would have changed everything. Meanwhile, other people seem to move on, but you're stuck in the rerun. You watch them laugh, eat, or scroll their phones like nothing happened, while you're still living in the heat of the moment. Inside, you wonder, why can't I just let it go? If you can't stop replaying arguments, what psychology says about your mind is something most people never hear, and it might completely change how you see this can't let go side of yourself. You've probably heard it from others. You're too sensitive. Just let it go. You're holding a grudge. Maybe friends or family roll their eyes when you bring up an old argument, or a partner says, "Why are you still thinking about that?" You start to feel ashamed, like you're bitter, obsessive, or unable to move on. Sometimes you even try to force yourself to forget, only to find the argument pops up again when you least expect it, while you're cooking, driving, or trying to fall asleep. Other people treat conflict as a one-time event. You treat it like a puzzle that needs to be solved before you can rest. You replay every detail, searching for the missing piece that will finally let you put it down. But here's the twist. Replaying arguments isn't just about being stuck or bittered. It's a sign of a simulation-driven, high-awareness mind. Psychology shows that your brain isn't just obsessing. It's running mental simulations, trying to process what happened, learn from it, and prepare for next time. For deep processors and sensitive people, it dials up. You're not just reliving. You're rehearsing, analyzing, and searching for closure or safety. You're not just stuck in the past, you're trying to protect your future. Your mind is asking, what did I miss? How can I avoid this pain again? What would have made it better? Let's break down what's really happening when your brain won't let an argument go. First, there's mental simulation and rehearsal. Your mind runs what-if scenarios. If I'd said this, would it have gone differently? It's your brain's way of learning, preparing, and trying to avoid future pain. For deep processors, these simulations are more vivid and persistent, especially after conflict. Second, there's your threat system and emotional residue. Arguments activate your body's alarm bells. Heart rate spikes, adrenaline flows, and you feel a sense of danger or rejection. Even after the fight ends, your mind and body can stay on alert, replaying the event to make sense of it and regain a sense of safety. The more intense or unresolved the conflict, the longer that residue lingers. Third, there's learning, repair, and self-protection. Replaying can help you spot patterns, understand your triggers, and plan better responses. It's your mind's way of trying to repair the relationship or protect you from repeating the same pain. But if the loop never ends, it can become rumination, keeping you stuck in the past instead of moving forward. Most people just see you dwelling. They don't see the simulation, the threat system, and the care for growth your mind is juggling after every argument. The next step is learning when this is helping you and when it's just keeping you stuck. Here's where your mind's gift can quietly turn into a trap. There's a version of replaying arguments that's healthy. You notice what worked, what didn't, and gently adjust for next time. That's growth. But there's another version that's just rumination, a loop where you're not learning. You're just reliving pain and attacking yourself. You replay the same lines, but instead of finding insight, you find self-blame. I'm so stupid, I always ruin things. Of course they're mad at me. On the outside, both look like thinking a lot. Inside, one is a guide, the other is a jailer. So the question to ask is, right now, am I using this replay to understand and grow, or to punish myself and stay stuck? When you see it clearly, your story stops being, I'm just bitter and can't move on, and starts sounding more like the truth. You have a simulation-driven, high-awareness mind that cares about meaning, safety, and growth. Your brain replays arguments not to torture you, but to protect you, to help you learn, and to make sense of what happened. That's a strength when you use it as a tool, not a prison. The work now is to steer this trait. When you catch yourself spiraling, set a time limit for reflection, or write down one thing you'd do differently, then consciously close the loop. If the replay turns into self-attack, gently redirect. That was hard, but I'm learning. I don't have to relive it forever. Over time, you teach your mind that you can care deeply and still move forward. If this felt like someone finally explained your argument brain, you're not alone, Anne. You're not too much for caring this deeply. Spare a time your mind replayed an argument. Your story could help someone else feel less alone. Subscribe and stay close if you want more videos that decode traits like this without shaming you. And tell me in the comments what kinds of arguments your mind replays the most, because next, we're going even deeper into how sensitive, simulation-driven minds like yours can find peace, even when life gets loud.